Hello, my name's Jerry and I'm here with the Expert Advisory Group for the Social Work with Older People Research Project. We're in one of our regular meetings and we just want to say a bit about why this research matters.
We are looking to create a new beginning, albeit built upon the social worker's present craft, measuring the older person's sense of well-being when with them a social worker interacts.
Listening to the voice of older people is crucial. To do this, it is vital that our voices lead from the start of the research project in the design. As in services, this is the only way to ensure that the research is needs-led rather than service-led.
Making sure that the language is right at all times, making sure that we show the good, bad and the messy really.
We made sure the research was genuine, shaping messages and giving a stronger voice collectively. The group brings diversity and inclusion. Older people are always at the centre of everything, and we asked researchers not to use the word case and not show older people as victims or heroes. Carers could also have their voice heard.
We know increasingly, if we are looking to attract more funding, we have to back that with evidence.
The research matters to me because the research findings demonstrate good practice when working with older people.
This project has been particularly useful in terms of learning about the contribution of practitioners nationally, and I feel the learning that we've gained in regarding the practice has been particularly useful also.
Somewhat lacking the research with older people, and that's why it's been really exciting being a co-opted member in this group. So I'm really looking forward to the feedback from this project and looking at how that can be incorporated in my social work practice with older people.
My personal experiences as a carer for both of my elderly parents over a period of about 20 years or longer, and also as a Health Watch volunteer, indicate that social worker input does not always result in a good outcome for care users. Research matters because if you don't know why something isn't working, how can you improve it?
I just want to say that this research is extremely important to me as an older person and as an older person who has been deprived of liberty in my life experience. I define myself as a survivor of the psychiatric system, and that denotes that deprivation of liberty that occurred in my life history.
Believe that the older people and the disabled people are expert in their own lives.
I've experienced the value of a good social worker who helped my mother when she was transitioning from moving her from her home into residential care. The social worker built a rapport from day one and recorded the views of both my mother and myself as her carer. We were given clarification and reassurance of her care, which alleviated further stress to the situation. My mother had no wish to leave her home, yet fully understood the safety concerns she faced. With time, my mother settled into her new home and received good care. As her daughter, I was released from my caring responsibilities that were beginning to affect my mental health. I was confident that my mother would receive the appropriate care with annual reviews, and it gave me the hope that she would have a better future. I believe all elderly people should be helped and respected in such a way.
Good social work for older people, for me, rests upon what the outcome is.
Social workers need to show that, they are actively listening, that they are acting on what the older person is saying, and also reading in between the lines to what they're not saying.
In terms of practice and what is good, I feel it's essential that practitioners work in a manner that is timely and with clarity.
My 87-year-old mother was saying to me after her recent hospital admission for 3 weeks in August 2023 this year that she wished she could have seen a social worker while she was admitted. There was nobody there to listen to her.
What does good social work look like for me? I think that social worker needs to understand that for the care user, the situation is a crisis. It's highly emotional, and it's not a case or a problem to be resolved, but it's a person in need of emotional and practical support.
I'm coming to you as a survivor of the psychiatric system, particularly, because that has been my particular health and social care route. And I would like to say to social workers, give them a message that they might not feel comfortable with. And that is, I do not want them to be leaders. I know there's quite a lot of emphasis on leadership, but I don't want a social worker who would attempt to lead me on any decisions. For me personally, I would like a social worker. I would want you to be an enabler and a supporter.
I think it all depends on how actually they work with the people in helping them to improve the outcome in their lives, regardless of their culture, race, gender, and disability, and obviously living in their own environment.
The research to me means understanding the role of the social worker and sharing evidence of improvements of care. I believe emphasis should be on personalised care for everyone, providing a safety net for emergencies or crisis, building a rapport with client and carer's family, recording the true views of all people concerned, offering relevant help and information to alleviate stress, and to provide information of any community help nearby, especially for those people who are on their own without family or friends.